Recently on Everyday Reviews, we had a chance to drive the all-new Toyota Tacoma. In that video, we had a look at everything that was new, including a brand new platform, which has a new suspension. The size is larger, it has a new box, and overall driving improvements on and off-road. Our tester at the time was the 2.4-liter turbocharged I-Force engine with 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. Now on the next couple of videos, we're going to explore the much anticipated flagship Tacomas, the TRD Pro, and the first ever Trailhunter Tacoma, both featuring the new 2.4-liter turbo hybrid I-Force Max engine, and that has 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. Combining this powertrain with the new platform creates the most potent Tacomas ever. Now, one of the most popular comments or questions about the new Tacoma is, what about the V6? Can I still get it because I heard turbo 4 cylinders aren't as reliable? Well, the answer is no, but you won't be missing out on power and torque because the I-Force Max has way more thanks to the addition of a hybrid system, which, by the way, is a different type of hybrid compared to the ones you'd find in Toyota products like the RAV4, the Camry, Corolla, or Prius. This one is designed for performance and not so much for fuel sipping. To better understand everything that's going on with the new Tacoma, we had a good chat with all-around super nice guy, Chief Engineer of the new Tacoma, Sheldon Brown. Tell us about this all-new design.
Absolutely. Well, we're standing here next to our rolling chassis, and today what we're actually demonstrating is sort of giving a peek at just what's underneath the skin on our new I-Force Max powertrain. So that is our premium powertrain, 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. As you're moving around, you can obviously notice these big, beautiful orange pieces that we've sort of highlighted to demonstrate what is new about this. And what's key is this is a one-motor hybrid generator that we're putting together with this system. In the back, as you're looking here, this is what powers that system. This is our 1.87 kilowatt-hour battery. This is a nickel metal hydride format. It's actually the same fundamental battery that we have been using on Tundra and as well as on Sequoia, introducing it now to Tacoma. That is, of course, bringing power up to our DC-DC converter that you showed just a bit earlier. And maybe most importantly, right here, this is that one motor generator that we talked about. And as you can see, that bolts straight up to our 8-speed automatic transmission there. And then on the other side, it's connected to our L4 turbo. So together, these work in tandem to provide the motive power to the rest of the truck. Underpinnings are similar to the other vehicles, other than to say that's all based on our new TNGA-F platform. And that is a common new global architecture that we are using for all of our body-on-frame. So Tundra, Sequoia, we talked about the 4Runner that you guys just saw, the Land Cruiser, as well as, of course, our Tacoma here. And what's key about that is we're maintaining the same silhouette. We're using a now fully boxed frame, a boxed ladder frame, so to with the cross members as well, to provide incredible and much more rigidity, better on-road handling and performance. We're optimizing the mass. You took a picture here with our Tailor welded blanking. We call it Dejima welding. It's an island of strength, as it's literally translated. That allows us to vary the gauge as well as to decide what sort of material is best suited for specific areas of, for example, high stress or for where we require additional strength. Overall, these vehicles are all going to be on our new, I'll say, multi-link rear suspension with coils. And so that really delivers much better on-road handling and performance, but still gives you the great flex that you need when you're off-road. This one is featuring, of course, our Fox shock system or absorber system. That is 2.5-inch size absorbers, and those are using a multi-stage bypass technology, and they are QS3 switchable. And what that means is we have different modes. Mode number 1 is really designed for driving on road, gives you really good compliance on road. As you go 2 to 3, we increase the damping to improve off-road performance, especially for that high-speed, sort of desert-inspired Baja-style driving where you have large inputs and you're having to manage all that energy. So in total, of course, You're going to see all kinds of hardware upgrades across the board. We're obviously running now 4-corner disc brakes. We come back with a 12.3-inch rear disc in the rear, upgrading that from the general gasoline because, of course, the vehicles are a little bit heavier, but of course, we have a lot more power, and we want to make sure that you can bring that, you manage all that power and bring the truck to a quick stop as well. The front you saw there had the aluminum, basically belted and machined upper control arms. Those allow us to get additional strength, reduce mass, but also because the strength is increased, we can reduce the section slightly, which allows us to regain some of the suspension travel, about 15 additional millimeters, because these trucks are lifted about 2 inches, so that we can get better ground clearance for that, for running in the desert or for rock crawling or wherever it is you choose to do.
So one of the most common questions, because a couple of them, first of all, people are concerned that you went to a turbocharged engine and gone as the V6.
Sure.
How do you answer that question?
Well, I mean, honestly, that is sort of the future, really, of powertrains. We're going to start to see them, displacement is going to be reduced. Obviously, we're trying to improve overall emissions, but it's important to remember, we are designing these engines knowing very well that they are going to be turbocharged. In the past, oftentimes what happened was there was an engine design, we would, you may have added a turbo to it, right? These are designed understanding the strain and for example, the compression ratios that are required with these new higher output engines. And of course, the other piece of that is cooling. And we're increasing the overall flow, adding almost a 70 millimeter, coolant inlet, something that you would typically see in a V8, we're putting down to a 4-cylinder engine. And we do that because we know that heat is one of the big enemies, and we got to make sure that we manage it. So the key point and the key takeaway here is we recognize and understand the differences, and this is an engine block and an engine total system that was designed with a turbo in mind up front. And that's really important because that's how we make sure that we understand the quality and we achieve all the same performance quality requirements as all of our traditional powertrains. I'll say one more thing on it too. We also recognize that while this is a global motor in its core structure, we recognize in the truck application, their users are going to use them differently. Where we're going to probably be in a boost mode more when we're doing things like towing or maybe lugging off-road, etc. So as we think about building in those turbos, we also think about the duty cycle. We go beyond just the standard, I'll say, what we would consider our normal commercial, our normal usage, and we actually apply the commercial grade. And what that means is about 50% greater duty cycle. We develop to that, and of course, we test to that.
Awesome. Thank you for all the information, Sheldon.
My pleasure.
So what do you think? Is this the taco you've been waiting for? Are you going to miss the V6? Make sure to join us on the next video where we test out the new suspension, including the stabilizer disconnect system for maximum off-road articulation on both the TRD Pro and the Trailhunter. We're going to check out the off-road and on-road character for the new Trailhunter, and we test out those ISO seats on that TRD Pro. We even actually get some air. Thanks for watching and all your support, because this channel would not exist without you. And if you enjoy the content here on the channel and haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. You know why? It's free. Ciao.